From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman, but with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Well, good morning, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger. Happy Halloween to you. Now, I got to tell you what, things are looking better and better as we get closer to this evening here for those trick-or-treaters. Everyone, coast, mountains, valley, all looking at most likely dry conditions. It'll be cool, but I don't think we're going to have any washouts here for the trick-or-treaters, so I think that's good news for a lot of you. All right, let's get you through Kruger's Quickcast, and we're going to start with chain requirements. That's right. Remember yesterday, and really the last few days, I was talking about the potential for chain requirements, mainly east of I-5. Well, look at this morning. This is as of about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. Cedar Pass, between just north of Aden on Highway 299. You can see plenty of chain requirements east of I-5. Now, most of these are on the higher mountain passes. You're going to have to go above 4,000 or 5,000 feet before you start seeing that, but it's happening. And even down toward the Sierra, you're seeing that as well. So just be aware of that if you do need to be on those mountain highways this morning. Conditions will probably improve today, but we could be looking at the potential for more chain requirements, especially as you go into Friday night. All right, take a look at the rainfall totals too. Pretty impressive in some areas here, especially along the coast. Surprise, surprise, that's where most of it was. Over 3/4 of an inch in Crescent City, almost an inch in Klamath, almost a little over 3/4 out in Eureka. And as expected, look what happens. You see less and less as you head to the east. Look at the Reading Airport, 2/10 of an inch of rainfall there. Didn't see anything that I could see. You may have seen some in Chico, but for the most part, it was to the north and south of Chico, actually, and not as much as expected off to the east. We've got more rain in the forecast, but not so much today. It's tomorrow that I think we're going to see the bulk of our next chance for rain. Let's get you out the door this morning. So you can see here, looks pretty ominous. You can see the clouds. You can see some showers in there. Today is not going to be a lot of rain. It's not going to be a lot of snow for everyone. It's just going to be cool and unsettled. That's essentially what's going on here. So you can see the cold front that has pretty much passed now. So that cold front moved through last night. That's when some of you may have seen some of those brief, heavier showers. As that shifts off to the east, now we're dealing with the cold and unsettled air that's behind it. So you can see right here. So we've got another disturbance that's going to kind of come around this area of low pressure. That's what's coming in on Friday. And that's what's going to bring us even more rain. So there is a winter weather advisory, but I got to be honest with you. I would not be surprised if they allow this to expire sooner than 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And by the way, it's until 5 o'clock for eastern Shasta, Tehama, and Butte County. So just kind of put that in your back of your mind here if you are traveling in the mountains. Again, that being said, though, we saw the bulk of the rain and snow last night and early this morning. We're not going to see that much more here for the rest of the day today, and you'll see that here in Futurecast. So here we are at 8 o'clock this morning. What we're seeing here, a little bit of isolated activity, especially in the mountains. The valley's still fairly dry. Let's take you through about the noon hour today. See how we may see a passing sprinkle at the north end of the valley, but there's a very good chance. Red Bluff, Corning, Willows, Chico, Orville, you may see a completely dry day today. As you can see here, a couple of flurries for some of the higher elevations, a few showers for some of the mountains as well, even along the coast. But you see how it's just not a lot of activity here? All right, watch as we go through the afternoon. Nothing really in the valley, right? So really, for the most part, by trick-or-treat time, you're dry in the valley. A passing sprinkle, maybe a light shower for some of you in the higher elevations. But as you can see, it's not very widespread, and there's a very good chance that most of those mountain communities will see dry conditions. Now, as we go through the evening into tonight, you see how chances even diminish more. So overall, looking at drier conditions as you go into, say, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night tonight. Okay, and then you see how it's drier. Now, again, you can see a couple of passing sprinkles here and there. All right, let's now, of course, we're taking you through Halloween night now, right? So now, of course, it's still in Kruger's Quickcast. So now we're going to go ahead and just take a look at your forecast here as we take into today. All right, so here's what we've got. Temperatures on the cool side, right? We're talking upper 50s, 59 for Redding, 62 degrees for Chico, and temperatures in the 40s for most of the higher elevations, mid to upper 50s for the coast. And looking at your 7-day outlook, actually, before you get to that, let's take a look at that trick-or-treat forecast. So again, we're not expecting, you saw on Futurecast, we're just not going to see much in the way of rain, but it will be cool. Looks like by about, say, 8 p.m., low 50s, by 10 p.m., upper 40s in the valley. And of course, cooler than that as you head to Siskiyou, Modoc, and in the eastern mountains. North coast, mainly dry, maybe a passing sprinkle. Mainly dry also for the inland areas, but cool, right? And of course, for Trinity County, by about 10 o'clock, you're looking at a temperature of about 46 degrees. All right, let's go and take a look at your 7-day outlook region by region. And what you're going to notice is it's getting drier. So we still have the off and on chances. I think some heavier rainfall coming in on Friday. Saturday morning, maybe a lingering shower, okay? But then we go into Sunday, it dries out completely, dry and warmer, not only through the middle of next week, but most likely through all of next week. That's the same story here for the coast. Although I will say this, for the coast, I don't expect any morning showers. That's also the case inland and for Trinity County. But when we take you to Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains, yeah, we are looking at some of those morning showers. And it may even linger into the afternoon for, say, eastern Lassen and eastern Plumas counties. But otherwise dry and getting in a little bit warmer as we go through next week. All right, that's Kruger's semi-quick cast, right? We had a lot to talk about, but now we can go into more detail and really get you the forecast story here. By the way, checked it today. Yeah, Sue, thank you for sending in this beautiful picture in from Cottonwood today. Look at that. Just some clouds kind of passing overhead. Beautiful piece of property if that's your property. Love it out there. All right, let's take, of course, I want to remind you, if you want to share your photos of a beautiful one like that, or if it snowed in your backyard, let us know. Take a picture of it and share it through the free Weather NorCal app. You can do it from your iPhone or your Android. All right, now let's go into your deeper dive forecast. Whew, it feels like I already spent like, I don't know, 10 minutes going through the forecast, but now we got more. All right, so let's get you to it. Cool and unsettled through Saturday morning. Possible chain requirements again east of I-5, especially on Friday night. Dry and warmer this weekend into the next week, and most likely dry through all of next week. All right, let's take a look at the fire. Can you believe we're talking fire still? But we are seeing the containment going up. Yesterday was 80%, today it's 85%. So they are still getting ground on this, and we're not seeing the acreage grow either. That's good. All right, so there you can see the wind's a little gusty for some of us, but nothing major. Now the winds really ramp up here Friday morning for the coast. Look at that, close to 40 miles per hour out towards Crescent City. That will then, of course, push eastward, and we'll see some gusty winds for some of us as we go into Friday afternoon as well. But how about Saturday? Looks like a different story. Looks like the winds will most likely die down on Saturday. But the humidity, again, that's something we have to look at. Not very elevated with that fire weather risk because the humidity is fairly high, 30 to even 40%. That's pretty good. And it looks like about the same for your Friday. Once again, pretty good. Don't have to be too concerned about fire danger. And then going into your Saturday, same situation, 30s and 40s. So overall, the humidity, yeah, it'd be nice if it was a little bit higher, but overall the humidity isn't that bad. So our fire weather risk due to the winds aren't going to be that bad either. Again, here's the cold and unsettled air that's moving in behind this cold front that moved through last night. That's shifting off to the east. The next storm system, kind of see it developing right here. It's not in the form of a cold front right now. It's what we call just kind of a troughing line right here. But that's what's coming in on Friday, and that's going to be the next round of some heavier rainfall. Today, it's just, again, cool and unsettled. Let's take another look at that here for today. There you can see isolated showers for the mountains, maybe even a passing sprinkle north end of the valley around Redding, Anderson, Cottonwood, Palisadro. But you see how we even have clearing skies for the valley as well. Here we take you into this evening, trick-or-treat time, mainly dry. In the mountains, if you see a passing sprinkle, don't be surprised, but you can see it's not very active. It gets even better as we go into the evening hours tonight. Now we go into Friday. Look what's happening. By 8 a.m., we're already beginning to see the leading edge of that rain moving in tomorrow morning for Del Norte, northern Humboldt County. Where are we going to see most of the rain? I'm going to let you answer that. You know where most of the rain's going to be. It's up to the north and west, right? We're starting off dry on Friday for everyone else. Then we go into the noon hour. It pushes into Trinity County, Siskiyou County. Kind of almost the same timing as yesterday. yesterday, because you can see we're still dry even at noon for the valley eastward, right? But you can see Trinity, Siskiyou, and even Del Norte, Humboldt counties seeing some rain, and some heavy rain at that too for some of us. Moderate to heavy rainfall. This might be overdoing it. Scott Mountain, you may start to see more snow again on Highway 3. All right, here we are Friday at 5 p.m. Now we can see the main band is right here. Valley, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains. We're still on the back side of it, but still some scattered showers here even for the coast. Friday at 5 p.m. We're seeing snow for some of the higher elevations, although I will say this storm system's a little bit warmer than the one yesterday. So I don't anticipate to see snow levels quite as low, but we could start to see how we're seeing more snow here. We could be looking at more chain requirements again, mainly east of I-5 on Highway 299, 44, 70, Highway 36 east of I-5. But still, even at 8 p.m., we're seeing some scattered showers. And by the way, if we see an isolated thunderstorm, especially for the coast, not entirely out of the question, but again, it's mainly going to be some of that snow above 5,000 feet. Now look at midnight, Friday night into Saturday morning. We're still seeing some rounds of rain, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. We go into 6 a.m. Saturday. All right, so we could see a lingering flurry, a lingering shower, mainly east of the valley. I'm keeping the chances in there for parts of the valley here. Early Saturday morning, maybe Siskiyou and Modoc County as well. But the coast, Trinity County, you're probably dry Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, here's what I'll say. Here's the noon hour on Saturday. Look at Del Norte, look at Siskiyou, look at Modoc, look at Lassen and Plumas. We're seeing most of the clouds there, number one. Number two, it is picking up on a couple of light showers here and there. So the outer fringes of Northern California on the north and east side, that's where we could still maybe see a little bit of activity. I mean, you can see this activity in Southern Oregon, even 5 p.m. on Saturday. It's just clipping Northern California. So places like Crescent City, Wairika, even the mountain of Mount Shasta may be seeing some snow, and even off to the east as well. But overall, Saturday is going to be a dry day, and that'll be the case for your Sunday as well. Rainfall totals as we go into the next few days from now, basically through Saturday. Where's most of the rain? Yeah, we could see close to an inch of rain for some of us on the north coast. Not nearly as much rain is expected for the valley or even off to the east, but still some decent amounts of rainfall on top of what we've already seen. All right, we take a look at this morning with the road conditions. Of course, we've seen plenty of chain requirements east of I-5. Going through the day today, look what happens. See how it all just kind of disappears? It's looking a lot better here for today, this afternoon. As we go into your Friday morning, though, because we start to see more snow begin to enter the picture, but by Friday night, that's when we may start running into some more issues with some of that snow, especially east of I-5. All right, so let's take a look at your forecast snow totals. And on top of what we've already seen, we could see upwards of another foot of snow for the Warner Mountains, some of the Trinities and Marble Mountains, and into the Sierra as well. But overall, it's not going to be a lot. I think where we could possibly see a dusting of snow is Alturas again, and maybe out towards the Chester area as well. You're going to have to mainly go above 4,000, 4,500 feet before you maybe start seeing that dusting of snow. All right, so here's the big picture. There's today. There's tomorrow's storm system coming through. We take you into Saturday, a lingering shower, especially Saturday morning. Then by Sunday, it's all pretty much gone, and it's dry most likely through next week. High pressure settling in, but we could see some wind events toward the middle and latter part of next week. Right here, you're seeing a pretty strong wind event here for Northern California, so we'll have to kind of watch for that as well. But again, mainly dry. This right here, we're looking at next Friday, so a week from tomorrow. This may be what breaks this ridge of high pressure apart, and we open the door for maybe some more rain as we get toward the end of next week into that next weekend. But nothing guaranteed at this point, but it looks like dry next week and then maybe more rain coming in after that. But drier overall when we look at that long range. And again, I want to remind you where we started October with. Over 100 degrees. Even on the 7th of October, we saw 102 degrees. But then eventually temperatures did drop, and look at the last several days. Look at this week so far. We dropped down to 63 for that high yesterday in Redding. And of course, it's going to be even cooler today. But look what's happening with the trend. The cooler air shifting eastward, we're getting more than normal to even warmer than normal for Northern California. And the reason being, we'll check it out. Here you can see through the weekend, maybe back in the mid-60s and getting closer to right around normal for basically all of next week. But you see that dip in the temperature that next Saturday? That is that first sign of that rain I was showing you that could potentially bring us more rain at that point. But until then, it remains dry after we can get through Friday's storm system. Look at the wave heights for today. Boy, not looking good out there. And it doesn't get any better for your Friday. So we take a look at the marine forecast. Yeah, those winds fairly strong from the south at 10 to 15 knots. Waves from the northwest at 11 feet at 13 seconds. There's a small craft advisory, not only today, but through Saturday as well. And so you've got today, you've got a small craft advisory for Friday and Saturday. All right, so here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the 50s, off and on showers through Friday. I think you'll be dry pretty much all day Saturday, by the way, for Trinity County, and mainly for, say, southern Humboldt County. There you can see a chance for showers, but dry on Saturday, okay? All right, let's take you up to the north. And what we've got here is Ferndale. Excuse me, we're going to get, I was kind of getting a little off track here. 55 out towards Smith River, 56 for Gas Key. There you can see McKinleyville about 57 and 56 degrees in Orleans. All right, now we take a look at Siskiyou County. Temperatures are mainly in the 40s for your daytime highs today. A little bit warmer out towards Happy Camp at about 51. Modoc County, it's cool today, only in the low 40s for your daytime highs today. 42 in Canby, 43 degrees for Tule Lake. All right, now we take it out of the eastern mountains, mainly 40s here, although look at Viola. You're only going to get up to 38 degrees today. It's going to be a cold day today, 53 degrees for Paradise. And we take it into the Valley neighborhood forecast, brought to you by our friends at Walgum and the Painting. Temperatures should be somewhere in the low 60s for the south end of the valley, and then temperatures actually increasing as we dry out next week. Up to the north, a little bit cooler. Looks like about 59 degrees for Redding and Anderson, 56 for the city of Shasta Lake, and 51 in Lakehead. You take a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding, and there you have it. Isolated off and on sprinkles of showers, but really honestly, it's going to be a mainly dry day today. Not a lot of activity here. Friday, that's when we see more rain come in. More substantial rain, more measurable rainfall. We may see it linger into early Saturday morning, but for the most part, the weekend is looking dry. Looks dry and warmer as we go through next week. Well, that's your morning update. Have yourselves a great morning, and we'll see you right back here at noon.